Hello everybody, Comic Sniper here. Thank you very much for joining me today. This is going to be my follow-up video to the worst CGC unboxing ever video that I made that had such good response. I thank everybody for watching and chiming in. That's really appreciated. Thank you very much for that. So I thought it'd be only fitting that I actually do a follow-up video to let you guys know what I plan on doing with those books. So if you want to know, all you have to do is tune right back in after the short video intro. See you soon. And we're back. So once again, Comic Sniper here, along with my good buddy Mark III, as always. He goes, just so you guys know, you can go the other way too. So not too fast. But he's pretty stable on his platform. I can bump him just a little bit, but if I bump him too much, he'll fall off, and it takes me a couple of seconds to get him back on there centered properly. So for those of you guys who have commented and said, you know, you liked them and kind of asked questions, yes, he is completely flying. There is no strings attached, as you can see. All right, that's just a little pad that I put there. So all right, so getting back to the business of my worst CGC unboxing ever video. When I made that video, I didn't think it would get the response that it did. Thank you very much everybody for watching. Some of you guys, you know, I could feel that a lot of you guys felt the same way I did. Was very how would you put it, you know, felt the same way as I did, and as I watched other people too, sometimes when they don't get, you know, what they were expecting, not in a good way. So there was, you know, you guys were very sympathetic to that, and I appreciated that very much. Some of you had some good advice that you were giving to me, and I appreciated all of those as well. I'm going to be taking a lot of those in, and hopefully, especially when regards to things like, you know, boxing up comics for submission, that kind of stuff, and as well as the grading and what to look for, those kind of things. Again, thank everybody for all your suggestions. They're well received, and I do appreciate them. So what I'm planning on doing now with those books is I plan to crack open some of those slab books, and I'm going to be resubmitting them back to CGC probably, because at this point PGX is in the air. I know there's some news and stuff out there right now, so I'm not into, you know, getting into the messy things, so I'm gonna just stay away for now and see where that story pans out. But as far as CBCS, I know they're about to move to Dallas too, and as far as I know, and I've checked the forums and things like that, their wait times are still atrocious. So I'm very still unhappy with their wait times and their turnaround time. Sorry. So the only thing I'm left with right now, I believe, is going to be CGC. So I'm probably going to end up resubmitting them back to CGC, but not all the books. So out of the, I believe it was 10 books, 9 or 10 books. The ones that I'm going to be submitting back is this Amazing Spider-Man 361. There was 3 of these. I'm only going to resubmit 2. So I got an 8.5 on one and then a 9.0 on the other one. So these I'm going to be resubmitting back, I believe, because there was like I said, there was a third one, but that third one, I believe, has more flaws that when I looked really close, it's not going to be pressable. I think there was some permanent damage as well that got done to that one, so I don't really want to take a chance to spend the extra money on those, and so I'll just stick with these 2 for now. And I also did the Avenging Spider-Man number 9. This one I'm gonna open up. I think this one has potential. So out of those, plus I also got a couple of books that were better. There was the Werewolf by Night and of course the Amazing Spider-Man number 194. Those actually turned out better. They didn't get damaged in the shipping, and they came out half a point or a full point better than my actual prediction. So those are definitely not going back. Those are keepers. But the rest of them were really on the fence. There was 265. There was a Miss Marvel 18 as well. I'm not going to bother with those at this point. I'm going to be content with the grades that I got. If I decide to do something with them in the future, I'll let you know. But for now, with those submissions, it's only going to be down to those 3 books. But with that as well, I also have another book that I plan on unslabbing. I made an earlier video, and this was on there. And when I inspected this with you guys, I found it's the X-Men 101, first appearance of Phoenix, and there was a lot of pressable. This is a CBCS 7.5, and when I inspected this, there's a lot of pressable and things that are flaws, even things like soiling, light soiling, that can be cleaned and done with this book to give it possibly a half point better to a full point better, in my opinion. So definitely it's going to be worthwhile, I believe, unslabbing this and resubmitting back. So I know I got a few comments from some viewers as well that agree with me, and after considering it, I'm gonna crack this baby open and we'll see what happens with those. So before I do, what my plan is going to be is, like I said, I'll unslab this today, and then what I'm going to do is probably make another video, show you the before and after of the pressing. So what's probably, what I could do with them, and whether they're going to be worthwhile submitting after I get through with them. But that's another video, and then from there, of course, we'll see what happens when they come back. I'm not just going to be submitting these 4. There's going to be other books as well that I'm planning to add to this haul. Sorry, to this submission. But we won't. They don't need to be unslabbed. So today, we're gonna get to unslabbing these. I've never done an unslabbing video before. I have opened up, I have unslabbed other books before, just for curiosity and other things as well. So this is not my first rodeo. So we're gonna get right to it. We're gonna start with the Amazing Spider-Man 9.0, and then from there, after I free this from its casing, we're gonna go over the book and see what flaws. Okay. It's in there. Just slowly work your way to the corner. And you can hear it popping. There we go. And then to this corner. Work our way all the way around. So if you ever planning on unslabbing a video, it's not very hard. It just takes a little bit of time and a little bit of patience. Don't think you're going to be saving the encapsulation here, because they usually, like, it's already doing it now. You can see it's already starting to crack there. So usually what I'll do is I'll try to make it as clean as possible. And then, but I don't worry about too much. If the crack's wide open, it's not a biggie. Yeah, like it's doing now. So no biggie. It just happens, and then. I love that sound. So sometimes what you can do is You don't have to go all the way like this one. As long as you have the casing opened up, you can free the book right from this. So I'll probably open this up later on and take the and just save the label, or even just take a picture of it and see where, and then just to make sure. I don't know how I'm gonna know which one of these, because you can't really mark it and then put, you know, this is going to be like the 9.0 and the other one's going to be the 8.5. So most likely it'll just be what I might do is I'll make a couple of notes of what flaws this will have that's unpressable. There's going to be at least a tick or two, and then just to maybe tell them apart. We'll see. Okay, so now that we got this open, I got this out of there, and then there's the inner sleeve. Okay, what we'll do is there's enough space right there. Oops, right there. So that's the place to cut. You can even open it up a little bit. So that's how they do it, so the book breathes. So it's not, just so you guys know, if you ever did this and you found out that, hey, it's not completely sealed, they do that for a reason, because the book is not supposed to be completely sealed in there. As far as I know, most of them that I've taken out before, I didn't. Kind of surprised me when I first saw it, but then I've watched other people's video as well, and theirs wasn't as well, so it wasn't the only one.
Alright, so just gotta be careful as you cut open this guy, as well. You don't want to add any extra damage to the book.
And these will just slide the book out carefully. This is garbage. So the book just slides out, just easy peasy, just like that. Okay, that's the very first one. And right off the bat, I don't know if you can see that. Let's see. Oops. Let's see if we can. This is where the crunch happened. Okay. And I believe right there. Oh, actually, there's some there, but the main one is actually right. Which way? This way. There we go. See that? You see that fold right there? And I believe if I look on the inside, yeah, see how it's bent. See that? And then there's even a little crease up here. So that is why this one, and we're going to go through all the pages, see how it's gone through all the pages. So yeah, and if there's the chamber paper. So once that needs to be pressed, aside from that, you guys can take a look. There is a spine tick right there by the staple. So this one I think, and there's another one there, so 3. So I believe this one I predict is a 9.4 with 3 flaws in it. Okay, so it got a 9.0 with these pressable defects. So if we can get these out, we'll see what happens when I resubmit this. So this looks, I don't think there's any additional damage, and upon close inspection myself, they didn't break color. That's why this got the 9.0. Yeah, it's just going through all the pages. So okay, so that is definitely worth resubmitting. So I'm gonna put this down. Okay, that's number 1 over with. Let's see what happens to the next one. We're gonna be So just like last time, this is the 8.5. That's why with these new cases, anybody that tries to get into them, you can really see how badly. I mean, there's no denying when you get these out that they were. You just can't put them back in. Okay. There we go. Easy peasy. This is the 8.5. Okay.
Actually turning into the book, so that would be the worst thing ever, because then it's not even worth submitting at that point. So here we go. Okay. And then I'll just carefully grab the book and slide it out. There we are. So there's the inner sleeve. Garbage. Okay. This is number 2. So this one looks to be, for whatever reason, that corner looks like it's got a slight bend to it.
But this one, the majority of the damage you can see is right in this corner. Same corner as the other ones. Check that out. Look at all of that. Right to the front. Right from back to front. Every page, multiple crease, but does not break color. Let's see there. See, doesn't break color. If I tilt it that way, you can see the actual bends. And then same with the front. Ooh. Sometimes if you can't see, oh, look at this. Remember what okay, I was gonna say didn't even get a chamber paper. We did get one. It was in the second page rather than the first page. Okay. Sometimes if you're not quite sure if it breaks color on the front, what's a good idea sometimes is to look in the back on the second page, on the inner page. So if you see any whitish at all, that means it broke color. And this one, aside from this, there is, if you can see that, there is 1, 2, 3. I mean, they're right on the edge there. So that 1, 2, 3 that break color. So I would give this, you know, if I can fix the bottom, this is the one I believe I put as a 9.2. So, or is that the 9.4? Because three small ticks like that, I believe, can still be in the 9.4. A 9.8 can have some imperfection. It's not a perfect copy, but it can't be one that break color. Even though I have seen 9.8s with color breaking stuff in them. You know, nobody's perfect, I guess. But the normal, the way I put it is, if it breaks a color, it's off of the 9.8, like a spine tick. Okay, and then from there, another one. So it's automatically, if it breaks color, it's a 9.6, just one. And then if it does it again, because when you're playing in the 9.8s, 9.6, 9.4 realm, you know, you have to be very, what do you call that? You have to be very meticulous in just looking for whatever small flaws there is, because it's going to be very tiny. I find it's actually easier to grade the super high grades, the 9.8s, the 9.6s, 9.4s, because you just have to count 1, 2, 3, and then 4, and as soon as you get to 9, 6, you can have two flaws, like a color breaking tick. You can have, I believe you can have up to 2. That's a good rule of thumb for me. And then 9, 4, 3, and then usually maybe something with non-breaking. But of course, if it's not breaking, I usually can get that out with a press. So that's usually not in there. So so with this one, I'd be surprised for 9, 2, 9, 4 possibly, but it is still worth grading this one, because even as the 9, 4, it's a pretty nice copy. So we'll add that to it. That will be going back. I'm pretty I think I'm pretty happy with that. I'm gonna be going over it a little closer again before I do my final submission. It's always good to do that. So the next one, sorry, is the Avenging Spider-Man number 9. Super hot book. This one is definitely needs to be, actually, whether it be graded or not, this book is climbing, and it's just on a trajectory that's unreal right now. So if you guys are paying attention to eBay and the sales of these things, they're just skyrocketing. So even at an 8.5, actually right now, for the price that this thing is commanding, a slab 8.5 is probably about the same as a really good raw copy. So it's going to be about $150 to $200 almost now. It's getting up there for somebody who's willing to, I guess, take a chance, gamble on getting a raw copy that could grade really high, right? So somebody, some people are willing to take that chance, and for some people it, does pay off. I've had them pay off. I have a 9.8 copy of this. And this one, had a potential. We'll go through it together. Okay, come on. Just putting a wedge in there so that I can. What I do is I put a small tiny wedge. This is a plastic wedge, so and it's very shallow, so I can't put it. It won't meet the book. See? And then what I do with the screwdriver then is I just go along with it and then just kind of pry so you can hear that. There you go. There's that snap, crackle, and pop. And then go back to the other edge at the bottom. I find the bottom is the best place to go. I don't worry about the size. There you go. And then what you do is just slide that over so that you have a working area where it's cracked open, and you just keep going along, listening for the crack. And what you can do too is go on this side. And then when you got enough, you don't have to go all the way, about halfway. And what happens is you can just grab the, if you're careful, right, of course you should always be careful. There we go. And that way you don't bend the comic inside, but you keep it nice and steady. And then what you do is I just wiggle it because it'll free itself out of there. There we go. And then just slide that baby. Slides right out. and it's still protected, so there's no, you don't run the risk of, because these are going to be very sharp, but since the book is still encapsulated in this protective sleeve, you don't run the risk of damaging the book. So that's why I don't mind sliding it out. So this is the Avenging Spider-Man number 9, again 8.5.
And then now we do it again. This time looks like to be
a lot of room on this side. So I just try to pick the side which has the most room between the plastic where it's sealed, where it's heat sealed, and the comic. So I run less risk of actually cutting into the comic book.
So we just go along and carefully. You know, you want to just take your time. There's no need to rush. Right? You're not under the gun usually. At least I'm not. There's no time limit for me to have to get this out of here. Okay. So therefore, we can take our time without damaging it. Just kind of clean that up some more. There we go.
And then being careful with the book. Okay. There's a little bit of static. But if you just slowly, but you know, don't force it. The last thing you want to be doing is tearing something apart, and then you'll be more sorry. Okay, so now we have the freed book. We'll get that. We'll look for the chamber paper. Sometimes these newer books, they don't bother. Yeah, no, there's no chamber paper in here because there's really no need for the new books. Okay, so with this book, the actual where it got crunched big time is right, let's see, it's right on the spine lower edge there. See that? So I'm just trying to get the glare to show it to you right there. And that, yeah, take a look at that. It's actually quite big. This is, look how it goes right up to there. And then it's going to need a lot more work, this one. And it's going right through. Let's get to the middle page, to the center fold. There we go. So there, you can still see it there, and then right up to the front. See that? So yeah, you know, I mean, for what it's worth, CGC has to grade, and I'm taking, since I don't know, I wasn't there, I'm hoping that it wasn't CGC that, you know, dropped my books and KO'd it and, you know, used it for a soccer ball or something. But you know, if it is the post office, then what can you do, right? We take our chances with them. So of course, if that was the case, CGC got it in this condition. You can see, aside from that, the corners are like, you know, super sharp. There's no, right? There's a tad bit of a little bit of a rub there. So yeah, this one I didn't, I don't think I put this down as a 9.8. I think this one was a 9.6, because really there's, you know, there's really nothing else as far as I mean, the book inside is just beautiful. There's, it's brand new. It's almost like it just came off the, and of course you also have to consider the marble stamp, or the marble stamp, the digital stamp, digital copy code, sorry, don't know what I'm saying now. So yeah, that has to be in there. Otherwise, I think they mark it as it's like missing a coupon, right? So that looks pretty, especially the one in the back. That really looks pretty severe. I'm gonna have to do a lot of work. I don't see any color breaks. I'm looking on the inside page. If there's sometimes, like I said, if you can't see the color break on the front, sometimes you'll see it in the back. Whew. There might be. Well, even if all I got after I pressed this thing, even if I just bumped it up to a 9.0, this book is commanding quite a bit, so it'd still be worthwhile just to take the chance on that. And I, you know, what the heck, we'll see. So stay tuned. I will have another video. What I'll do is I'll do an unboxing, or an unboxing, a video to show a before and after of the pressing. Okay, so up next we're gonna do the Uncanny X-Men number 101 for Experience of Phoenix, and we'll get to it now. So this is a little bit different. This is CBCS. All the other ones were CGC. So, but same technique. You know, I believe this one, these ones you can get to the side. Yeah, these ones are a lot easier because you can actually, you can see that they're not actually sealed on the sides, both of them. See, so it makes it a lot easier. So you don't actually, you just have to crack out these little tabs. Just these will crack. They're designed to crack so that prevents people from tampering it without being noticed.
So, same technique, just slowly pry it open, and then with a screwdriver, just pry it. Almost there. The one that I can't remember. This is the one where I have to cut this one open here. Ooh. Oh, right. Okay, that's why you never force things. So what I would do is, yeah, you have to actually, this one you make a mess of it, but from the top, because there's less chance for actually breaking the book out.
There we go. There we go. So yeah, so this one is actually, what you do is you unclip. It's kind of like a top loading clip that goes on the top. I like to do it from the top because I don't want to force the issue with the bottom because the comic's there, right? If I do it here, worst case scenario, I'll mess up a little bit of this label. It's not a big deal, but the comic is always more important, right? Okay, so there we go. So that popped right out. That's the one that has the upper label, and then that's what you have left. So, and then all it does is open nice and easy, and you just slide your baby out. Again, with the CBCS one, you want to work on the top of these ones if you guys are planning on opening up your CBCS book. And then we just want to look to see where the biggest clearance, so there's almost no clearance on the top, and it's really tight along the sides too. I think my best bet is going to be in the bottom. And even at that, I have to be super careful because they very tight tolerances on this one. Just tapping it slightly to get the book as far down as I can. Give myself the best chance of success and less chance to damage. Okay, so again, being very careful. You just want to go along and cut near can't remember, but if there we go, so that's through. I think we'll have to do the side too. Okay. Just to give it a little bit of movement on down. I was afraid of. I'll have to cut two sides on this. Oh, wait a second. Maybe there's a. I can already see the book. There we go. Is just a little bit. Okay. All right, now we can see if the book will move. Okay, so the book is moving without a lot of pressure. It's basically, see how it's sliding out now. So that's how you want to do this, and we're free. Okay, so. Awesome. Let's see if there's any chamber paper in here from CBCS. Nada. Oh, wait a minute. Sometimes they put it into the. Nope. Oh, that's disappointing. Because usually, you know, whatever. Okay. So looking at this book, first things first, it's got some light soiling along there, as well as some along there as well. That will come out with some little bit of dry cleaning. Check this out. This is one of the things that see the light bend there. Okay, and then of course it goes right to the front, and there's an overhang. There's a slight page overhang. Those are the easiest things to get out basically with the unpressing. Okay, that right there doesn't look to be too bad. Okay, again, looking from the inside, see how sometimes it's really easy to spot things from the inside. Right there, see there's creases. Again, looking from the front, doesn't break color. The spine, there is a, there, you can, I don't know if you can see that, there's a long spine crease right there. Again, it's right from the staple, so if I can get that to flatten out, there is a spine that'll basically just turn into a spine tick. It might, you know, they consider the brace color right at the staple, but that's okay. And remember, we came from a 7.5, so if all of this is taken out, okay, we do have a light blunted corner here, so that's okay. That's expected. There's a middle page dent, a fingernail dent right there. Well, or right there. See that? Okay. Again, looking on the inside, yeah, doesn't break color. We're all good there. And then from the back page, I said that. check this out. Look how long, look at that long light. I mean, that doesn't break color, but you can see that is a long crease right there. There's another one there. Let's take a look, see if that one breaks. That small one is pretty deep, but no, that doesn't break color either. So again, these are the ones that are really good candidate for pressing and grade bump. So from a 7.5, if I get everything else out and the only thing that would be left would be, let's say, 2 spine ticks there, and there's not even a spine tick in the back. Check this out. See? So I would say maybe 2 spine ticks there, 1 there, so 3. You're looking at 9.2. Okay, maybe if the soft corner, and this is in the 9s. Right? This book should be in the 9.0, 9.2. If everything else aside from just these few things, maybe like I said, that soft corner and some spine ticks to come out. So I'm very happy that I busted this guy out, and I'm gonna be working on this and see what happens. All right, anyways, thank you very much for joining me. You know, this is, I know it's running a little bit long, but this is my first one, so bear with me. Again, thank you very much for you know, watching my videos, and to all my new subscribers, I appreciate you guys. You should be seeing some new names coming up on the screen as well. I try to make sure I acknowledge you guys. Again, appreciate it. And if you guys want your name on the future video, all you have to do is subscribe, and I will get to you eventually. You know, I do have some other subscribers that are kind of in line as well. So, but again, and then by leaving your comment down below, again, I appreciate everybody that that has commented, that has given me their sympathy, their feedback. Everything is appreciated, good or bad. You know what? I don't mind all the suggestions. I don't mind all the criticism. That's okay. That's what it's there for. It's, you know, I'm but what I do really appreciate is everybody being so you know, being so polite and being so courteous. That to me is the utmost importance, because then we can progress our, you know, the conversation forward. I will do my best to answer every one of them, and then from there we can, you know, we can move the conversation forward. So yeah, this is the update for my CGC, worst CGC unboxing ever. Again, please hit the like button if you like this video, and the notification bell, of course, to find out what's going to happen next, and then that way you don't miss out. Okay, and then from there, the next video on this will be a before, like you're already getting a before and after, but I'll do a more thorough behind the scenes of inspection of every page to make sure I'm going, and I'll report to you guys exactly all my findings, and then I'll do a pressing and cleaning and show you guys the results of that, and see whether they're going to be worthwhile actually submitting, okay, to CGC. So that is it for me. Again, Comic Sniper, along with my buddy Mark 3. We thank you guys for watching. Appreciate you guys for everything. And while you guys are out there getting all your slabs, doing all your unslabbing, freeing up all your comics, whether it be first appearances of not Jean Grey, but Phoenix, or Captain Carol Danvers versus Captain Marvel, or Venom, which is that movie's coming out soon, guys. Make sure you enjoy the hunt. Appreciate it, everybody. Thank you very much for watching. Have a good day. Bye-bye.